Yo, what is up, guys? It's a big fucking day today. We just got a bombshell of a news drop for Lost Ark. This was actually from yesterday. I'm I'm a little late, but we got a ton of different news regarding things like the January update, what we're going to be expecting for the launch of Lost Ark, as well as some launch details, server time, the server names, launch times, everything like that. So we're going to be going over that in this video. Trying to withhold my immense excitement because I don't want to completely splooge over all of this news. I'm going to try to take this step by step. So let's go over just the January team update. I'm going to try to give you guys some an idea of what to expect, because I know there's a lot of coverage over this news and people are showing a lot of excitement as well as some hesitation in light of it. So let's talk about it. So going over this, hello people, Heroes of Arcasia. Next month we want to spend January update sharing some new features. So they're going over the stuff from closed beta, player feedback, and they're gonna answer some questions here. Going over the new features. Now this is the big one. We are getting Yorn region. Now if you don't know what that is, let's look at this map of the world. Now here is North Vern and South Vern. If we go over to the left, here is Rohendel. Down here in the bottom left corner, this is Yorn. Yorn is the beginning of Tier 2 content. Literally the beginning of it. So that means we're going to have Tier 2 at launch. But it gets better from there. We're going to have all of the content attached to Yorn, but then we also get the Phaeton region. Phaeton is all the way up here, right above Rohendel. This is the end of Tier 2. So we get literally all of Tier 2 content on day one of launch. That's basically a whole year of content to go through. But it doesn't stop there. We also get Punica region, which is right next to Rohendel, above Yorn. It's this little island right here. This is the beginning of Tier 3 content. That's right, Tier 3. We get the Tier 3 that's what Korea is at right now, is Tier 3. Now they're towards like the middle or the end, pretty much the end of Tier 3. We're going to be starting the NA release with Tier 3 content. Now that is massive. They even go over here, Tier 3 content. It'll be available at launch with some of the core Tier 3 dungeons, and the combat level will be increased to 60. Now what does all this mean, man? I'm sure a lot of you that know what this is are maybe a little hesitant. I've got so much content. Maybe some of you are a little reluctant because you feel like this is going to be a kind of a grind fest. Well, I promise you, it's not going to be like that. The content that they're showcasing here, Tier 1 and Tier 2 have a lot of catch-up mechanics to go through. And if you look at this picture right here, this is from the Lost Ark, or the Steam forums, I believe. This is the community manager commenting on the Tier 3 content. She says, Tier 3 content at launch is limited so that players will only get their feet wet. But this decision was made with Smilegate RPG so that we can introduce Abyss raids, and I think what she meant to say is Legion raids, to the game sooner rather than later. They are a unique part of Lost Ark and draw a big draw for players. Now, you know, this means a couple things. We're starting at the very, very bare minimum of Tier 3, and there's not a whole lot of grind in the beginning of Tier 3. The item level cap is fairly low, and it's very, very achievable. So people that are feeling anxious know that the catch-up mechanics in place for Tier 1 and Tier 2 will be there. We're going to go through the first two tiers of content at a relatively acceptable pace. I don't think we're going to blow through them, but they're not going to take months on end to get through. I think majority of players will get to Tier 3 content after maybe a month, at most a month and a half of playtime. So it will be more than acceptable. And if you are scared that you won't have enough time to play, remember that this game has a ton of catch-up mechanics that are in place, allowing you to, where you only have to play a couple days per week at any given time to you know, catch up, to be at the same pace as most people. We have Steam achievements that are going to be accessible. I think that they're saying that a lot of the Steam achievements will be kind of aligned with the achievements in the actual game. I think this is new. The character voice selection, character creation now includes an option to select the voice for your character. Each class has 3 to 4 options to choose from. I don't remember that being a thing in the Russian or the Korean version of the game. These are some nice quality of life Korean voice lines, DLC option if you want to have your in-game voiceovers being Korean. That's really nice. Early game cutscenes are now skippable. This is also a pretty good quality of life. And then some balanced tweaks for pacing. They talked a little bit about this at the Lost Ark convention, the live stream, where they wanted the Tier 1 and Tier 2 content. I think they more or less were talking about Tier 1. The content was very easy, and if you played the beta, you know what they're talking about here. You kind of did the first couple of Guardian raids were very, very simple, and you just breezed through them. They were not challenging at all. So I believe that they're talking about how they're going to increase the difficulty of those encounters. I hope they're not talking about the Tier 3 content, because Tier 3 content already is very challenging. And then the rest of it is just some community fact and questions, more or less. If you want to read this, go ahead and yourself. I'll post it in the video description down below. All right, moving on to the launch details. This is huge news. Not as big as the January update, but this is still a big deal. This is where we've got all of our launch timing and everything. So we have a date or a time for our preload. We have a date and time. Preloads will be available at on Monday, February 7th at 12 p.m. for EST, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And this is regardless if you have bought any of the Founders Pack. So if you're a free-to-play player playing on February 11th, you can still preload your game February 7th. So remember that date, February 7th. That is when you can preload your game. There are no reservations for character names at all, so I apologize. Well, I don't apologize, but for those of you that were looking to hope to get a name reservation out, you can't do it, unfortunately. Now, for the head start times, when the servers will go live. Servers will be open on Tuesday, February 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. EST. You must purchase a Founders Pack to get the three-day head start. That is enormous. So we have an actual time at 9 a.m. or 12 p.m. EST. Maybe the time will be, or the servers will open early like they did on the beta. Hopefully not, because it's not really good for, you know, a lot of players that are preparing. But, you know, at the same time, you know, I'm gonna be checking, fucking clicking this, slamming the play button till it works. But the same thing for the free-to-play players. February 11th, same time, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. EST. These are our launch times, and we also have server details. We have our server details. So we've got reset times on all of this. I'll post this article in the description down below if you guys want to read more into this. But looking over the server list, we have server lists. Now, this is something that's really interesting to me. There are a lot of servers here. The Russia version of the game only has like two servers. I think they added a third. But I don't know how many the Korean version of the game has. But we're starting, US East is starting with over 7 servers. US West has 3. What the, you know. US East, 7 servers for US East. That's That's so interesting. I guess they're trying to over-prepare for like an influx of people. Now, I will most likely be playing on Yuna instead of Azuna. Whatever the first server that comes out will most likely be like everyone piles in on that server. I'm gonna get on the second server rather than the first, so I can avoid all that traffic, all of the queue times. Because I really feel like, especially like whatever server the streamers choose to go, the big streamers, I kind of want to avoid those, since I want to play the game, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to want be like that. But if you are curious as to what server I will be playing on, it will most likely be Yuna, or at the very least, the second server. Tune into my stream February 8th to find out what server I'm going to be streaming on, but it will most likely be the second server, which might be named Yuna, if it's to believe that these are in chronological order. Now, that's more or less all the news that there is out for right now. There is another thing, that the Power Pass is actually not going to be available at launch, which is pretty big, a pretty big deal. Considering that there's not going to be a way to like boost your character. You're going to have to actually level up. I think that's what the Power Pass is the character boost. You're going to have to actually level up your character. Or maybe this means, I think maybe the Power Pass is actually the paid subscription, because I think that does give you some benefits for leveling. We'll see though when it comes out. Going over some more minor things, I believe we're going to be getting the Legion raids relatively soon. It feels like we're going to be getting them like really quickly. Like if it's not at the beginning of when the game comes out, I feel like it's going to be, you know, sometime within the first 2 or 3 months, we're going to have the Legion raids, which is really good, because Legion raids is what makes the game as popular as it does. But you know, it sounds to me like they are pushing to either have it at launch, or they want it to be, you know, really soon thereafter the launch of the game. But yeah, guys, this is all of the new news that has been posted. I hope you guys found some of this stuff helpful. We've got our launch times. We've got news on the actual, you know, game when it comes out. I'm so excited for February 8th. I can't fucking wait. Lost Ark, baby. Let's fucking go, dude. I think tier 3. There's gonna be actually so much shit to do. I think that this was a good decision. Personally speaking, I would rather the stuff be paced out, but I know that I'm gonna be playing the game every fucking day. But first impressions are really what's important, and tier 3 is like the pinnacle of Lost Ark right now. That's the best part of Lost Ark. So it's a no-brainer for them to have tier 3 at launch. I think it's a smart decision for them to make, personally speaking. Even though, you know, I'll definitely feel like yeah, whatever. It's all around, it's good news. It's not bad. If you're scared that, you're not going to have enough time to get through all that content, I promise you there are systems in place that will allow you to catch up to players that are playing majority of the day or every day. You're not going to be left in the dust. Do not worry. I think the only scary thing may be that because of how tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 content are separated, there may be a bit of a void or a gap when people transition from tier 1 and tier 2. People that are new coming in, there might not be a lot of people to be able to do the tier 1 content. But you know, we'll really have to just wait and see how it all goes. I'm hoping that it's a smooth launch and that everything goes perfectly, because I want this game to do fantastically well in NA. I want this game to last for a very long time, because I know I'll be playing it. I hope you guys will be playing it. If you make sure to smash that motherfucking subscribe button and like button if you enjoyed today's video. Appreciate it so much for you guys to come out. Remember to check out my live stream February 8th. Let's fucking go, dude. But with that all being said, I hope you guys, again, enjoyed today's video. Comment down below if you guys want to see any videos for me to make. I'll be uploading a bunch of stuff up from here until the game launches, and you know, after the game launches, I'll be uploading a bunch of content for the game. But that's all. Peace out. Have a fantastic rest of your night, day, whatever. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.